Good day, everybody. I'm Clarence Manning, and I'm excited to be coming to you from the M once more. And today we're going to be talking about small business ownership. In particular, we're going to focus on risk and liability and how setting up things, putting things in place can help you to minimize risk and liability. So now, first of all, it's exciting to be an entrepreneur. What it means is that despite working at your normal 9 to 5, you might also own something on the side, such as a landscaping company. Perhaps you're a construction company. I've seen people starting power washing companies, hair salons, all types of things, right? Pool people who install either pool covers or pools themselves. And it's so exciting to get into these fields, as now we are not only the workers, but we've learned enough to become the boss. And it's also awesome to be the boss. I remember James Brown said, pay the cost to be the boss. Now, what are some things that you really got to take into consideration, though, as you're a small business owner? Well, most people I know that get involved as small business owners are only looking at profit. And they don't necessarily have a P&L, profit and loss, because there's and loss. Like if you opened up a store, you've got to understand that there will be times when people steal stuff from your store. So that's profit, when you're making that income coming in, but loss when things are walking out of the store. So profit and loss is something that you have to keep in mind. What about the X factor? Let's say you and I are doing business together and something goes sideways where it just didn't work out. You're the owner of the company, I'm Joe customer, something that you did I'm just not satisfied with. And now, I'm gonna take action against you. What do you do in that case? Well, I'm gonna talk about that situation in particular. Now, most folks will have certain insurances in place. I hope you have the appropriate insurances in place. For instance, if you do own a brick and mortar, I hope you have physical insurance for the place that you have your store at, renter's insurance, and different things like that. You'll also probably need workers' comp. You might need errors and omissions. All of these insurances just cover your back. Remember the rule, watch your back. And here's a hint, here's why, because nobody else cares. And nobody else is going to accept an excuse if you didn't have the proper coverage in place when you started that business. So that when something happened, you go, oh no, I didn't know. Too bad, not covered. And that means you took the L on that. So that's unfortunate. So just remember that. But now what happens when somebody's taking action against you with regard to legal action? Is that the time to look for an attorney? You may have insurance. You may have, like say, the State Farm or whoever it is. But guess what they're not going to do? They're not going to provide you with an attorney. So here's what I do. And this is so awesome. If you understand this, then this will just help your business so much. This is how we help business owners with risk and mitigation and all that stuff, being able to limit it and liability. Imagine this. Imagine that you and I are doing business goes sideways. I decide that I'm going to take action against you. Now I'm going to sue you, right, for whatever it was. You came to my house. You were supposed to be doing a contract job inside the home. You're a contractor, maybe a carpenter, whatever, and it didn't go right. I'm not satisfied with your work. Not only am I kicking you out and hiring a new guy, but I'm forced to sue you to recover the funds that I paid you. Okay, so I'm gonna sue you. Sue your company, right? Joe's contracting company. But you know what? I think I'm gonna sue Joe also. So that's two separate entities. I'm suing Joe and I'm suing Joe's construction company. Now, is that the time for you to look for an attorney? What about your cousin? He's a tax attorney. Could he help you? He might could. I don't know. But imagine if you could have a small business attorney in place already and not pay for the impending lawsuit, whether it was against your person or against your company. Would that make sense? We both know the answer to that. It's just a matter of, is it going to make dollars and cents? Is it going to be worth it? Well, let's compare. Normally, an attorney is going to want to bill you by the hour. So let's say you have an attorney that you know and you can contact this attorney for anything. You're looking at paying that attorney probably $3.75 an hour or so. Maybe just the contact. I know some people who would call their attorneys and get a bill for $375 for a question that they asked, because hey, he's billing you by the hour, whether you talk for 1 minute or 59 minutes, $375. I know one lady who said she missed a call from her attorney. It was $75. Can you imagine that? I know another lady who told me that she needed a letter written on her behalf to a merchant who didn't do her business right. It cost $1,000. She needed a second letter because the first letter didn't get the desired results. She didn't have the extra $1,000 for the second letter to be written. But imagine if all those things could be included in your program for pennies on the dollar. Imagine that. Or if instead of paying $375 per hour, imagine if it was $375 per month. Imagine that. Could you just see the usage there? But in any case, this is what we help businesses with, and pricing varies anywhere from $49 up, just depending on the plan itself that the member will have an effect. But being prepared, being able to be prepared on the personal end, whether it's lawsuits, whether it's having a will in place, whether it's moving traffic violations, whatever the case is, family law, all the way up to the small business end where, perhaps somebody's suing you, and even having a program that we can offer for identity theft and actually get someone to fix it for you so that you don't have to do it yourself, whether it's on the personal side or the small business side where they're breaching the information. If you think you don't need it, some type of program in effect, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, think again. Whenever you hire people, what's the information you take? I'll let you think about it. I'll stop for a second. Yeah, you thought about it right. You said, hey, I do take people's names, date of birth, social security numbers when we're doing business. If we're doing it right anyway, right? If I'm hiring you, I have to take that information for the federal government. If I'm doing it legally, if it's under the table, that's something different. But imagine if I were to get breached or hacked, now I'm responsible for that other person over there. That could really be bad. So just being able to address these issues, to have things in place is super important. And if you want it done right, why not team up with the #1 legal or identity theft company in the country? Why not? It just makes sense. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. If you're a small business owner, just something to consider. And again, my number will be listed below. I'm going to make sure it's listed below for you there. Just you feel free to call me or click on the link in the bio, and we'll be more than happy to assist you and your small business. Once again, Clarence Manny, I'm coming to you from the M. Take care.